It's Rob!
Tony!
We're in gaming!
And that's you!
Hello inmates and welcome back to the inn. I'm Rob, of course, our Warshack if you want to call me by my in-game name, and we have a new quest today. Let's just take a look at that real quick, and I'm pretty sure it's 2 games with mage. So we're going to go ahead and play some more ladder with the mage deck we have, the tempo mage, and hopefully we'll be able to, I don't know if we're on a win streak or we left off on a win streak, but ideally we should, and we'll be at rank 15 after these 2 games. After that, we're going to go ahead and complete the arena. We haven't built the Druid deck yet, but we're going to. And then also we have enough gold to finally buy another wing of the adventure mode, so we also have to do that today, or maybe tomorrow, depending on how much time we have and how many episodes we do record. And we still have the quest that if we play a friend, we get 80 gold, which is really, really good. We actually played a friend, and that friend had the same quest, and then we got the quest, and then Tony, I think, has the quest. So ideally, we're going to get like 210 gold from doing all these quests, from playing a friend and then getting 80 gold, which really, really helps out the cause. So if you have any friends that play Hearthstone that have that quest, play your friends and get that free 80 gold, because 80 gold is basically having 2 40 gold quests in one day, which is insane. So of course, Mana Worm is going to be the card of choice here. So with 810, we already started an arena, so we don't have to worry about the 150. That leaves 110 left over, and then we have this quest, which should take us over. So it's actually pretty good. We want to save the coin for the Yetis, because we actually can coin out Yeti on 3 and coin Yeti, or not coin Yeti on 4, but play Yeti on 4, coin Yeti on 3. So right now is whether we frostbolt the rogue, and I don't think so, because currently he attacked it, which means he doesn't have backstab, which means he's gonna have to use another attack to kill it. So if he wants to waste 3 attacks to kill the just a Mana Worm, that's okay, unless he has SI agent. Shiv does it too. So theoretically, we would have frostbolted face. This would have lived. We would have done 2 more damage, but it doesn't really matter that much in my opinion. I think it's fine. Chillwind Yeti's gonna be a beast for him to remove unless he has sap. I'm going against Mind Sausage. Interesting name. Interesting choice of, it's like when you make a new account, it's like, oh, sorry guys, just trying to fix this. It's like, what do you want your name to be? I'll go with Mind Sausage. I'll take 1 Mind Sausage on the field. I guess we could have saved the ping and ping next turn, but I actually just want to play a Yeti next turn. Or if he decides he wants to like weapon up, we can go like Acidic Swamp Ooze, Arcane Intellect, and then Faceless Summoner on 6, and the Pyroblast on 10 is always just a surprise for everybody. So it looks like he's going to be copying over the Death Rattle, which is not so good for me. Hogger's pretty cool. I think we're just going to go with the Chillwind Yeti, and now is the option of whether we trade into the Raptor, or do we just go face? So I really don't see a reason why we would trade here. I mean, theoretically he could buff it or put a Defender of Argus in between it, but I think he's gonna make this trade anyway. So if he kills one of our creatures, if he kills both our creatures without trading, so there's the trade we would have made anyway. So nothing would have happened there differently. So dealing 8 damage or 4 damage to his face was more important. And what's good about the Undercity Huckster is it takes it from the random class from my hand, which means it could give him any mage spell instead of taking it from my deck, which gives them cards that are obviously good enough to be in the person's deck, like the Shifting Shade from a priest class. Like that card is absolutely insane. You've heard me talk about it many times as just a card that takes a card from your opponent's deck. So obviously they put it in their deck because it's good enough to go into the deck, and it's just crazy. So we go Hogger or Faceless Summoner here. Faceless Summoner I think is a little bit better than Hogger. But Hogger does have the ability to keep generating value, as once you play the Faceless Summoner, the value kind of ends there. Well, that's interesting. So if we play Faceless Summoner, it's going to die to this 8/8. If we play Hogger, and he has no way to kill the 2/2, then he's going to have to kill the 2/2 first, and then we can play the Faceless Summoner. I think we're going to go, he probably can kill the 2/2, and then he swings into there, and then we play the Faceless. But what if it's at 3, and then we draw into a spell? I guess I'll go with Hogger. It's just really prone to a backstab, and then he would just swing his 8/8 into the 4/4. But then if we played the 5/5 and he just swings the 8/8 into the 5/5 anyway, Frostbolt still kills it no matter what. So ideally, if he just doesn't have the backstab to deal with this taunt, then we're in a good situation. But this, we're basically just giving him the out of not having the backstab. This forces him to have it. That's a golden Van Cleef too. More powerful than the normal version.
What learning
Looks pretty cool. Wow, Dark Iron Stalker. That's pretty cool. I wonder if he's just gonna go face for 8, or maybe he'll kill Hogger. Wow, just goes face for 8. Gives no fucks about the Hogger. So, we could go Frostbolt Van, stop from taking 8. We could go Frostbolt for 3. We definitely are gonna Frostbolt, which means we're not going to play the Acidic Swamp Ooze, which means we can draw and see what we get. Mana Worm's pretty good. Do we need to get rid of the weapon? I don't think so. So let's go Mana Worm, Frostbolt. This is gonna make a new taunt. This can go face, and we actually can. I really don't mind the Arcane Intellect to buff up the Mana Worm. It's gonna make the 2/2. This is why you should have attacked Hogger. Then it wouldn't have made a 2/2, and we would have been in a worse, much worse position. Even though 8 to a, I mean, he should have killed off the Hogger. Even though swinging 8/8 into a 4/2 feels bad. So in this situation, maybe playing the Acidic Swamp Ooze. Oh, never mind. He got Cone of Cold, and it's gonna kill everything. Wow, that's really good. That worked out really well for him. Shit. He's gonna take 3, which means Pyroblast is lethal, but we're not living 2 more turns, I'll tell you that. Fireball is good here, but still not lethal. So I guess we're just gonna Fireball this out, and then just go Acidic Swamp Ooze and ping for 1. We're gonna hold off the other Ooze just for if in case he has like the Assassin's Blade or something like that. But in 2 turns we win with the Pyroblast. And next turn we'll Faceless Summoner. We just need to live, basically. We just need to live. 1 more turn. Oh god, so he's pushing 9 damage here. We're at, so he's 5 off lethal. Flame Strike, an incredible draw. Absolutely incredible. We're gonna play the Acidic Swamp Ooze so he has something to deal with. We're winning next turn no matter what with Pyroblast, unless he has like Earthen Ring Farseer, which is why we played the Acidic Swamp Ooze, because we're not worried about the weapon. We're either winning this upcoming turn or we're losing this game. We have run out of resources. SI Agent to deal 2 damage. He's run out of cards to play, and this is where the Pyroblast yet again comes in the super clutch. No one expects the Pyroblast, man. I don't even see the Pyroblast coming. What did we just get there? Did we just get a, it was like a reward. You saw that, right? I clicked on it too. I'll have to look back and see what that was. I clicked on it too fast, but I saw that like we did the one of the things for the quest that said you won 1 mage class, but there was an alternative thing too that popped up that I wasn't paying attention to. I have to look back and see what that was. So Fuse Man and Boss Man. No, seriously? Fuse Man and Boss Man are spectating. Alright. I'll play well for you guys. Actually, I like the Acidic Swamp Ooze. We run 2 of them, so even playing it on 2 isn't bad, even if we don't kill a weapon. Still a decent 2-drop. And it lets them think that we like only have 1, so it's like you play Acidic Swamp Ooze, it's like, oh, I'm safe to play my weapons now, and then you just whip out the second one. He's like, oh, what just happened? We're just like, ah, Lamau, Acidic Swamp Oozo. And by the way, guys, I am killing it in some Pokemon Go. Like, I haven't gotten anything crazy out of any 10k eggs. For those of you who do play Pokemon Go, I know I talked to a couple of our subscribers, our inmates, I should say, and they're like, what are you talking about? Team Blue, Team Mystic? What is this Pokemon Go? It is not Hearthstone, is it? And I'm like, no, but it's still fun. Ooh, wow, so he looks like he's playing aggro. Oh, okay, so we can Acidic Swamp Ooze this. It's actually not too shabby. Sweet. But yeah, it's, we're doing quite well. We haven't gotten anything, like I mentioned, out of a good 10k egg yet. Nothing like a Snorlax or a Lapras or anything. But overall, we've been able to play enough where we've had enough Stardust and candies to be able to level up things to do quite well. So I've held down so far 2 gyms for 2 days. And we're going to just Forgotten Torch this to put a Fireball in our deck. So we've held down 2 gyms for 2 days now, and hopefully we'll get 2 more gyms today, so we'll have out 4 gyms, and then we'll be able to cash in those gyms and get 40 Pokecoins. For those of you who don't know the fuck I'm talking about, you're like, yo, Rob, you're speaking gibberish, bro. But really though, Pokegems, Pokecoins, very important. So double Taskmaster, interesting combination of cards you got there, buddy. We're gonna go with the Chillwind Yeti. Some people might have like played the missiles, hopefully it killed this and then drew. But I feel like developing the board is far more important than drawing at the moment. Because we have the Azure Drake on 5, and that draws us a card automatically going 1 for 1. Or it going, you know, it's giving you a card and then giving you another card for 5 mana, and then they use a card to get rid of Azure Drake, but Azure Drake granted you a card. So it's like such a great card. Like it's, oh my god, this card's disgusting. It used to be like 4 mana or some stupid shit like that. So Heroic Strike, I don't know. Can you Heroic Strike first? Gain the attack of your weapon. I don't think this increase. Does Heroic Strike say give your hero? Okay, so I thought this maybe said like give your weapon for attack. And then he could have played that first and then the Bloodskill Raider. But this just says hero, and then this is a weapon. I don't really know the interaction, how that all works out, but I don't think it works the way I thought it did. The attack of your weapon. But like, what's the difference between your hero attack and your weapon attack? I know that they're, you know, like let's say you have a weapon that like he had a 1/2 or whatever, and then you use the give your hero +2 attack, and then that gave it 5 because the 1 with the weapon and the 4 there. But like it doesn't add it to the weapon, it adds to your hero, so it like shares. It's an interesting interaction in between those two. So if we go Hogger, he just attacks with the weapon, and then he has no great way to get rid of Hogger unless he swings both creatures into it. We also could go, you know what, I actually like Hogger here. It forces him to have to deal with the Hogger, which is gonna clear his board first, or he's going to ignore it, and I'm just gonna Flame Strike. Or if he deals with it, then we can just Yeti into the Arcane Intellect. I think both are fine. I actually kind of want to build an aggro or a Pirate Warrior deck, just because it's really cheap, really effective, and we don't have a warrior deck on this account that we can play, and Pirate Warrior is probably the extent of like what we can play here. So is he really gonna trade both of his creatures into Hogger? Oh no, he's actually just gonna leave it alive? Ah, the execute, okay. So he has 6 damage down. I really don't, all right, we're gonna Flame Strike this. If he only played 2 cards there, Flame Strike was really, I did not want to play it, but the fact that he played 3, I think we definitely do need to play it. And then we drew both our Arcane Intellect, which is not really something we want to draw. Like in this particular matchup, we're looking for like Frostbolts and stuff so we can deal with what he has. Another Acidic Swamp Boots, but we already played the other one, right? We played one at the beginning. No, we haven't played the other one. So Earthen Ring's pretty good here. So I actually like just playing the Yeti. Playing the Earthen Ring. We'll go with the Arcane Missiles. Maybe it'll hit the 2/1. There we go. That was like the best pings we could have asked for. And the reason I didn't save it is because minimizing 2 damage is pretty important. And we also needed to play both creatures, and we didn't have enough to use Fire Blast, or I would have. And we also have the ability to draw 4 cards next turn, so. We also don't run Flame Wakers, so saving spells, and we also don't have Yogg. So like saving Arcane Missiles is one of those questionable cards in this deck where it's just like it really doesn't go well with anything besides Mana Worm and our Azure Drake to deal like either give it +1 attack or deal the additional damage. Flame Caller is pretty good, but we're gonna see what we get from this. The Fireball into the Mana Worm. So theoretically this would be 6, that'd be 13, not lethal. We also, however, could go with the, you know what, we'll draw. I should have played Mana Worm first. I'm bad. We have a lot of damage though. Yeah, that was definitely a mistake. We should have played the Mana Worm first. Would have had 2 attack, but in this situation it doesn't matter because we have the ability to just fire out fireballs here. But that was my bad. It's pretty early in the morning still. I'll blame it on early in the morning. It always seems I'm blaming it on it's early in the morning, but seriously, I record anywhere between 7 a.m. to like 9 a.m., which is before like most people my age don't even get up if they don't have work until like 12. So I think I'm doing all right. So we're at a win streak, rank 15. I'm liking this. I'm liking it a lot. So rank 15 is normally where we like kind of slow the boat and we come to a screeching halt. But I think we're going to keep going and go down to 10 this season. We got a couple days to do it. We've completed the quest. We're at 845 gold. Well, all right, so this is what we're going to do. I want to complete the wing. So we'll actually go ahead and we'll buy the wing. But first, we're going to complete our arena deck. So we're going to complete our arena deck, call the episode, start the next episode, do the adventure mode, then go to arena, fix up our decks. So, I think... in a Druid, I think Mech Bearcat's a pretty solid card. I don't like Grim Patron in it. Sunwalker is absolutely insane. I like Silverhand Knight. It's a good turn 5 tempo play. Flame Juggler is good, but Spellbreaker is also a solid 4-drop that silences, but I like having good 2-drops. 2-drops are very important to the deck. I like Power of the Wild. I like Huge Toad. I like Ironbark Protector a lot. Wild Growth. This is a questionable card because it goes for the whole... how many mechs do we have? We have 1 mech. You know what? I'll go for Wild Growth. If you have a beast, draw a card and give it 2/2. And so far we have 1 beast, 2 beast. We'll go with that. There's another beast. Go Dark Iron. It's a great 4-drop. Healing Touch, Commando are 1-drop. I like the mech synergy going on. Mech and beast synergies. Healing Touch though, I'll go with the Clockwork Gnome. It's a decent 1-drop. Feral Rage or Prophet. Prophet's a really, really good tempo play if we can draw it in our opening hand. But Feral Rage is also a really, really solid card. But I kind of like the Prophet due to the tempo play it can bring out. It also works really well with any sort of evolve mechanic, but I doubt we're going to get that. Here's a Beast. After you summon a minion, give it +1/+1. Really not that bad. And then Corrupted Seer is basically a field clear, which I kind of like in this deck, to be completely honest. But the Addled Grizzly, it works really, really well with the... with what we have going on currently with the Mark of Yushar and stuff like that. But the Corrupted Seer is an interesting card. We don't have any 3-drops. We have a couple 6-drops. It's a good field clear. I think we'll go with the field clear here. I like the Beast. Ship's Cannon or the Explosive Sheep. You know what? This 8-drop, we really don't have anything too big, right? But the Enriched Horror, it's just like we have Ironbark, so why would we go for this? We'll go for the Ship's Cannon. I like the Scarlet Crusader. We have no 3-drops. I like the Feral Rage because we have no 3-drops. Ioyotron is really good, 2-drop. I think they're better 4-drops than Polluted Hoarder. I like the Volcanic Lumber, really solid late game card. Psychotron's amazing. Fen Creeper, Rockjaw. Do we have how many good 5-drops do we have? We have Silverhand, Psycho, Muklas. That's it. I like Fen Creeper for 5. I like Stormwind Champion, definitely. Now we need to get into these decent 4-drops. So Polluted Hoarder or Tall Strider. The Tentacle's really not a bad 3-drop either. What kind of 4-drops? We have Savage Combatant and Dark Iron. Tall Strider is basically a reversed Yeti in the Polluted Hoarder, but it counts as a beast. We want beast. This one's hard. Berserker or Tomb Spider. So we go for like overall just good, but it's a beast. We gotta go beast. Shredder Insane. That's almost an auto pick. We can go with the definitely the Spider Tank. That's a good card. I think we might actually go with the Mark of Yushar. You would always go for the Iron Beak Protector, right? Like, this guy is just so good, but look how many beasts we have. Like, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 beasts. We have a lot of 2-drops already. But, like, this is a crazy card if it gets put on a beast. It's insane. But Ironbark, like, how many good big drops do we have? Like, we have a decent amount of big drops here. How many cards in the deck? 27. Ouch. I really like 2 Ironbarks, but I don't know if we're gonna make it that late of a game, like to the late game. I'm going to go with the Ironbark. I'm going to go with my gut and just say the Ironbark is a really solid card. We're going to go with the Ogre. No. Why didn't we go with the 4-drop 7/7 if you have a beast? Rob, why are you dumb? I just clicked on it because normally you'd never pick that card, but our deck... I'm sorry. I am sorry. Do we go Mystic because we're... I'm going to go Mystic. I mean, Ogre Brute's not bad. We have a lot of good 4-drops. But 4-drop 7/7. But we don't really have a lot of early game beasts. I think this deck is fine. I think this is good. This is like a really bad elliptical workout. Like the 1 is just horrible. And we start off with 2, which is pretty good. We go down to 3. We got a bump in 4, which is good. And then 5, 6, 7. I wish we could have had maybe another wild growth or an innervate and give us like a decent lead here. But theoretically, the curve with this deck should allow us to go, like from what it looks like here, it should be fine. Like, as long as we just don't draw into, like, oh my gosh, we have a lot. Well, the Nerubian Prophet's really, like, not a 6-drop. So we can actually drop the 6-drop. And also, the Volcanic Lumber is really not a 9-drop. So these things can drop down in positions. And that just leaves the 2 Iron Barks, Stormwind Champion, and Sunwalker. And then, of course, Mech Bearcat. So maybe the Corrupted Seer, we should have picked the... What was the other option? It was Corrupted Seer, the Grizzly, which was a 3-drop. So if we look at our 3-drops, maybe getting the Grizzly was good because we don't have a ton of 3-drops. But by then, we should have a good amount of 2-drops. Like, from 2 to 3, we have... How many here? We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 cards out of our 30-card deck are 1 through 3. So theoretically, we should be able to draw into those. But everything else looks pretty sick here. So looking forward to playing that deck. And we'll end this episode here, and then we'll head into our adventure mode. So as always, guys, I'm Warshack, of course, and happy whatever the hell day it is.